Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to Clanfolk as we are back here with Colquhoun Conquers. We are currently in the depths of winter. You know, things are what you could accurately describe as a little bit chilly. You know, it's a little bit nippy outside, but you know, we'll do fine. Poor Elspeth is currently freezing her bahookie off outside, but she's going on a wee expedition in order to learn how to cook things a wee better. We currently have our wee guests here who are staying in our lovely new little place. We do seem to be running out of floor mats ever so slightly, but you know, we'll make do. How are we doing for straw? Straw we're still doing okay with. We should still have plenty of oats left to thwack away. Indeed we do. We don't have as much hay as I would potentially like. Although our hayseed situation isn't doing too bad. Yeah, we've still got 500 hayseeds, still got 500 oat grains. Got some good reputation coming out from those people that have stayed with us. There's good Murdoch here as well. What do we have? Fur hats, dry peat bricks, and some branches. You know what? We'll do the exchange of I'll grab some branches off you. I will sell you a couple of baskets. Good money maker. That just means we have to go out and keep collecting all these branches, but I can do that as much as we want. Do we sell Mr. Clucker 2 or his replacement? I mean, we know they managed to get out before, so there is that. Now, these piglets have indeed grown, so we will definitely be getting rid of them, so let's get them to leave. Unless, I mean, we were kind of thinking, weren't we, that, oh, well, we'll want to keep some for killing next year. But, you know what, I'm going to kill the two of the male juveniles. We'll kill them. We'll keep the other ones, try and fatten them up, and maybe kill them next winter or for next winter or sort of during the summer when we can use the meat a little bit better. Oh, there's a little bit of slowdown there. I do apologize. I don't know quite what's happening there. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that everybody. We seem to be back now. Yeah, for whatever reason there seemed to be like a little bit of almost like slowdown there, which I didn't quite get, but it still seems a little bit choppy now, but maybe it's just me. No, it seems to be coming up alright in the record. It just seems like the game itself is just a wee... Oh, there we go. It's a little bit better now. I don't know if that was maybe some kind of weird graphical thing that was happening there. Maybe something to do with the snow was just causing the game to look like it was choppy almost. Was the only way I could describe that. But whatever it was seems to be resolved now. So I do apologise for that. Hopefully that doesn't come up too much in the recording. That wouldn't be great. But the main thing is, at least we're kind of getting things done. And things are starting to look pretty good. You know, as I keep saying, we've got this like lovely little sort of like rooms here. We've got this other area over here. These peat stoves are definitely taking up quite a bit of our fuel. I wonder if maybe we want to actually get some peat stacks out in front of every single house. Ah, there we go again. It's kind of happening a wee bit again. I do apologise, everyone. Now and again, it just seems to just kind of trigger a little bit of slowdown. So potentially some pathfinding issues are happening in the background, probably from having all of these animals as well. It probably isn't helping matters. And that seems to be causing a little bit of slowdown on the machine, which I've never had an issue with before. I've played this game for quite a while and I've never had any kind of problems with, you know, slowdown or, you know, crashes and that. I can't think of a time that the game's actually crashed on me or anything like that, so just quite interesting that's happened, but hopefully that doesn't keep happening. That'd be good. Anyway, how are we doing? Let's have a wee look at Elspeth and see how she is doing. She is nearly there at the tavern, which will be good. You can at least have a little look-see about and see what's going on. Still got plenty of stuff in our masonry bits. Might just take a little bit of time just to kind of, you know, get the clay stuff together and the various bits together too, but that's okay. Yeah, we're having a big problem with our sackcloth. Seems like old poor Martin's probably just, you know, busily working away. It's just taking a wee while. Yeah, there we go. See, look, there it is again. I think it must be something to do with this. Either the snow or the pathfinding is causing an issue with the game itself. So I do apologise for that, if that's coming up. I'll probably have a wee look after this recording and see if there's something I can do about it. If you guys know as well, something down in the comments, that'd be great. You know, if there's a specific setting that seems to be doing that, that would be good to know about. Oh, look at those eggs. Lots of eggs there, that's good. We've got lots and lots of eggs to store. We actually have a surprising amount of butter and cheese too, which you can't be too unhappy with. Hopefully this, I was going to say, at least the milk doesn't seem to freeze, which is good. Nothing worse than sort of like half-frozen milk. It's kind of disgusting. Yeah, wee Marie's not having the nicest time in there, but she'll live. That's the main thing. And we've got this wardrobe up as well. Yeah, just now and again, it's just a little bit stubborn. I think it's a pathfinding issue. Maybe we'll have to do a bit more of a dwarf fortress take and, you know, kill more animals sooner rather than later. But we can see. Either way, the tasks are not looking too bad. There's an awful lot of travelers that have appeared as well, so we'll need to get them sorted out when we can. Robert, let's have another quick check of our reputations. So Anderson, out of everything, is the one that's closest to leveling up. I mean, so is McFarlane, to be fair. Do we have an Anderson here? You're Pringle. Off you go. Roderick's Anderson. Catherine's McFarlane. The double McFarlane? Do we maybe just leave a couple of McFarlanes to stay? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll give you a bed. We'll give you a bed. And then we'll maybe give this last person a wee bed as well. Because unless it's all the beds taken. Not quite. I mean, I don't actually know what happens if it's too bright is the thing. Yeah, let's let you in and we'll let you stay there. See if it's too bright. But yeah, at least, at the very least, it should be able to say mostly warm, which is good. Having people sort of like warm up is good as well, because at least then they can stay nice and toasty. Would be quite nice to have almost like a big room with a big couple of fireplaces. People could kind of, you know, stick around. That'd also be quite nice. They're probably quite happy, you know, that they're able to come in and they're just able to, you know, have a bath and, you know, go to the loo and that. They are definitely suffering from the cold. It is very chilly outside. It is indeed incredibly chilly. Let's have a little look at our supplies of stuff as well. I'm actually going to say, hey, we maybe want to have like 15 of everything. We're growing in size quite a lot now, or we certainly have grown in size quite a bit. So make sure we have some more leather tunics as well, please and thank you. Yeah, so we've got all of our other stuff is basically set to 15. Probably do some wool cloaks as well, especially we haven't made any. I know we have the fur ones, but wool ones are pretty good as well. I know this is more clothes that we have to that we then sadly have to, you know, keep messing about with, but it will be worth it in the end. Yeah, let's keep making these leather things as well. They're probably better than the fine straw alternative. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, good. Good, yeah, so we've got plenty of plate as well. Expedition has arrived. Fantastic. There we go. Let's pay for the training and learn how to cook something really special. You'll be working there for a little while and then you'll be back. So hopefully you'll be back before winter ends. That would be good. As we have another night. Yeah, it's funny because look, there's the snow's happening just now and there's no slowdown. So it must be a pathfinding thing. Sorry, I'm going to continue going on about this because I'm quite kind of shocked that this has happened. If it has happened in the past, I've not noticed it. Yeah, I definitely think it's something to do with all these. I'm hoping it's not got anything to do with the pullet in that here. Yeah, so we've got the branch gate there. So yeah, we've raised that. So we can get in. At the very least we can get in and we can sort of feed these guys. But they're not able to get out. They're not able to get out and get access to all the chicks. Like the cheeky devils they are. And with their little kind of garden area, at least they'll be able to kind of feed a wee bit. And the rest can all just kind of roam about. But yeah, other than that, things are looking pretty good. Got places for the cats to stay. How are we doing for reputation? Not getting that much reputation, admittedly. Obviously, Roderick wasn't particularly satisfied with having to sleep in front of the fire. Which, you know, fair enough. Fair enough, I do kind of understand that. At least we get a little bit of reputation. And then if we can get... apologies for that. That appears to be the old dog barking as well. It's all falling apart today, I'm afraid, in terms of recording. But there's nothing you can do about that. Oh, it's quite fun to watch the animals, you know, have their little kind of like morning sort of skulk outside. Mr. Moo, how are you doing? Very good. Hopefully you've already been to work. That's good to see. So Mrs. Moo, we're going to have some more More cows. Yeah, I mean, between Little Kid and Billy the Kid, we're not doing that great in terms of the amount of goats that we have. It might almost be worth just kind of culling them and sticking to the cows more than anything else, but I'm also very surprised that these piglets haven't been dealt with. I think we should deal with them sooner rather than later. You know, kind of off you go kind of thing. Yeah, there we go. Slaughter the piglets, get them done. Yeah, good stuff. Things we can get this butchered, we can get these hides done as well. Although we're not getting anything done anytime soon because it's too cold in here. That's the other thing we need to work out, is where we're going to put another heater that we could use in here. I kind of thought, oh, maybe these rushlight kits would be enough to heat this whole place, but I guess because we're not really using the ration table as well, there's just not that much warmth in here. So let's go ahead and we will, yeah, we'll get ourselves a wee tile peat stove there. And then you obviously make all of our wool and such. So it'll be quite useful to get you working in a nice warm environment. There we go, we're getting stuff together. This is going to be a very small toilet, unfortunately. So it does mean there could be some poo explosions into the main room, which isn't ideal, but it could be worse. And in that kind of respect, I wonder if we put another straw curtain there, and it's almost like we have curtains kind of like keep the poo away from the main room, if at all possible. I mean, say main room, it's not really going to be that big of a room. Not really any room to do anything in it at all, really. It's not even room enough for a bathroom. It's more just a sort of landing. You know, put your shoes there or something like that. Now, have we filled up this water? Oh boy, have we. Yes, indeed we have. Yeah, part of me does think as well that we maybe just, you know, get rid, or we certainly stop supplying these fine straw stuff. I'm not really seeing the point in it anymore. Certainly now that we have access to the linen stuff and the leather stuff, I just don't really see how it's particularly useful. It'd be nice to get some decorative tartan on the go as well, actually, now I think about it. It's good to see that we're back to, you know, just wanton clothes everywhere. That's always good. I think we're going to need some more wardrobes. Where, if I was a wardrobe, where would I live? I know, it's always the last place you look. There we go. Got a wardrobe there. At least the wardrobes kind of look nice. You know, I don't actually know if they give that much of an environment boost, but they certainly look nicer than the clothing baskets. That's for sure. At least from an observer standpoint. How are we doing over here? We're just working away. It's winter. Things take a little bit more time in winter. People need to warm up all the time, and you know, keep all right. This peat stove has managed to definitely make things quite a bit warmer. It means that we should be able to get our bark wash on the go. Smoking up some meats, which is always good. Yeah, we're getting a little bit lower on meat, but we're getting through. We've got plenty of mushrooms still. We still got 10 days of food left with our current population, even in the depth grip of winter. So, little beavers have all multiplied a wee bit. Senior beaver. That was our last female, unfortunately. Oh, the wolf's coming to finish the job, though. Oh no, the wolf's just passing through. There's a dead bunny here. That's something else. The other wolf had gone, I guess. Fair enough. How's this doing? Yeah, absolutely fine. Lots of eggs about the place. Be good if people could go grab them, but we just got a lot of tasks to do. People are just moving quite slowly at the moment. Yeah, you know what? We're actually going to break down these fine sack clothes. Why not? Let's just get rid of them now. Nobody's using them. We could actually probably do with the cloth as well. Yeah, let's just go through and we can just break them down. Means we have less stuff holed up in the old clothes baskets as well. Sure, we have plenty more, but break these down. Just get belongings there. I'm surprised nobody's come to stay tonight. Or if they have, I haven't seen them. So I will have missed them. Do apologise for that. But yeah, quite surprised nobody's come to stay. Old Sophia coming down over the garden there. Might be worth kind of getting some covered paths, because we are definitely going much slower in the snow. But equally, it's fine. We're still able to get quite a lot of stuff done. So it's a lot of fine straw bombs. Let's just get rid of them. Yeah, just get rid of you. There we go. Perfect. Well, that should be enough sackcloth for you all. If it's not, then I'm going to be a wee bit worried. How are we doing out over here? There is a Todd over here. It's dead. That's fine. Probably one of the dogs got it. Off screen. I feel like the cats always bring you gifts. You know, like rabbits and birds and such. The dogs just rip apart a fox and be like, here you go. Silly creatures. Well, not silly, but I mean, they are literally doing their job. But interesting creatures. I'm actually going to set up the number of hand tools that we want. And I want to have a little bit in reserve in case we want to do like any more kind of like building of certain kind of like workshops and that. But yeah, overall things are going pretty nice. Oh, look at that. This is going to be like life of luxury. I mean, it's probably a smaller footprint, admittedly, than the other two houses, but it has to be. It's made out of bricks and tiles and just looks very nice. It looks like we've still got a lot of work to do when it comes to this kind of stuff. I do wish we'd not leave everything out as well. That'd be great. Feels quite strange. Everything always gets left out. Murdo, a trader, is arriving. What do you bring with you, Murdo? Looks like a dog of some description. You're hypothermic, which isn't great. What do you have for us? Yes, another dog. Do we want to get another dog? We do have Huntress. We do have a wee puppy as well. We'll buy some berries. Do we want another dog? You know what? Yeah, we'll get another dog. And then other than that, I think we're okay. We're alright for branches at the moment, so we'll save some baskets. And then we'll say off you go. Good stuff. Making a nice bit of money there, so we can get the requirements that we need for going and getting steel working, learning the riddle of steel, and kind of going from there. Our bark, I'm surprised we're out of bark, of all things. I guess we did use a whole bunch of it to kind of like do the path here, but I mean, we do so much lumber working. I would have thought that we would have just filled up this bark bin in no time. I guess I was wrong about that. Hopefully nothing's been eating the bark. That would be a bit silly, for one thing, and two, very annoying. But I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we will need another window if we do this, is the only thing. Which we can do. We do have the wood for it. You know, just making sure we get everything done in time. Yeah, you can see Sophia and everybody's, you know, like just trying to warm up. Trying to stay as warm as possible. It's kind of hard when they've got these kind of clothes. I mean, like, they've got these leather bombs. And they've got this woolen stuff and this fur stuff as well. They should be pretty good when it comes to, you know, keeping warm. It's just so cold outside is the issue. Wee Nicola's working away. You know, just lugging around jugs. Fair enough. She's actually a surprisingly good cook. Good to know. She's decent at farming, but she doesn't like it. That is annoying. But understandable. How's Margaret doing? Is she still... Yes, she's still grateful, so she's doing well. Wee Marie is doing alright as well. She's in a decent mood. Be quite useful when she grows up and can start using it for work. Definitely something good about when the babies are growing up, so they can get some work. I mean, we're about to, I think, have another big baby wave. I mean, we're kind of all off kilter now, admittedly. Yeah, Sophia and Catherine are kind of off kilter from Agnes and that, which means hopefully we don't need as many babies in the old kind of dormitory area, or baby areas. Baby beds in the baby area. There we go. Thank you. That kind of way where your brain's trying to like say something and you know you've said it wrong and you know how you want to say it, but your brain just doesn't work. I think that might be a uniquely me problem though, that my brain just doesn't work, but there we are. Yeah, let's get these bricks put on over people, please. Thank you. I just want these dried more than anything so we can continue making stuff for the brick kiln. That would be good. Same thing with this clean hide. Let's, you know, move it along out of the snow, please. Thank you. That's a lot of poo, which hopefully should be good for using in the springtime. Might think about getting another worker as well, opening up the job board come the spring. Could do with just somebody who's decent to do stuff on the farm, if at all possible. I mean, we look at our skills and we look at our farming and our livestock. Nobody's particularly great, unfortunately. Anne is probably our best one, but she's also one of our best gatherers too. And she does do a lot of our farm work, but she's just not that great. If we can get somebody who's like a very proficient like farmhand, it would make, you know, dealing with all these animals far, far easier. At least with all these chickens, we're getting a ridiculous number of eggs every single day. Which I guess is why we're constantly, you know, cooking up eggs. No, nothing wrong with a bit of scrambled egg. On a cold winter's day, you know, scrambled egg, maybe a bit of freshly made bread that you've made this morning. Very nice. Who's this? Marjorie. Yeah, you know what? You can stay. We'll let you stay in the nice new, sort of new wardrobe bit. We're going to say, everybody, please, for the love of all that is holy, go and pick up your trousers. There's a reason why there's that song, Donald Where's Your Trousers, came out. Is because everybody's leaving them on the goddamn floor outside their house. Ridiculous. But yeah, where at least we're able to kind of get things kind of progressing in this kind of way. Overall, winter's been alright. It's not been too harsh on us, which is good. I mean, the temperature's actually been surprisingly harsh. I'm saying it's not been too harsh, as in we haven't felt too much of the harsh effects. But certainly the weather has not been the best. Hey, look at that nice comfy bed. Should be pretty well satisfied because you're in a large room. I was going to say it should be a private room, but one of the kids is playing with their toys in there. How annoying, but yes, you should be getting a lot of satisfaction there because you're in a very large room, you're well fed, private room. Your mood should be going up as well, which is even better. You just need to have a nice, good sleep. Looks like Elspeth is returning home. How far is she from home? Not very far at all. Hopefully we'll see her this coming day, if not the next day. Yeah, looking good. Things looking good. There's some foxes running about. The dogs are out. They're ready to go. Or is that a cat? I always get kind of a bit confused if it's like one of the Ginger Toms running about. There we go. Day 140. Day 149. Wow. And to think with it, like where we are now, we kind of got within the second year of our original one. This is nearly year 5. 5 years we've been at this sort of like little homestead. And it's, I mean, it's been working away for us. And we're doing well. I mean, look at our flock is quite large. Probably in need of another cull, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. We are out of hay. That does make me a little bit worried. We don't have that much hayseed left. I think I will say, yeah, we're only allowing flaxseed. I think out of all the seeds, flax is probably the one I care about the least. Mostly because, you know, like we'll thresh it and we just need it for replanting, and we can just use a little bit for feeding the animals, and that should be okay. Let's mine these mountains. Might as well mine it out so we don't have to worry about it anymore. At least we have this nice little road. Marjorie, did you enjoy it? Yeah, you had a good time. Good little bit of reputation with Pringle. Pringle we're still working on. We still got a long way to go with them, unfortunately. Anderson we're nearly there. On McFarlane we're nearly there. On McGregor, about halfway. Could be worse. McGregor and Pringle definitely don't like us the most out of everybody. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. That seems to be the sort of way that we're going just now, is just kind of getting through the various hardships and that. It's not that it's not a struggle anymore, but certainly we're far more secure now than we ever were previously. We've got some filling rations which are slowly decaying, so we will have to use them sooner rather than later. That is very true. Again, it's something we can worry about in a wee bit. I was kind of hoping for another trader today just so I could see what was there and what we could sell, keep getting our money up. It does seem that we're struggling a little bit with our amount of tiles. Yeah, because these are all drying out. We've still got bricks, but we're just out of tiles. So I guess that means there's not really much building stuff going on. I say that though, Catherine and that are building away. Oh, grabbing the nails and that, you know, working outside, building up this new house. It's gonna look pretty nice. Once it's finished, we're gonna have to put a wee peat stove in here somewhere, probably here, just do it. But we could probably just put it down now. Does mean that, yeah, this sort of like central area is not gonna be great in terms of, you know, like actually doing stuff. We might have to put a bath somewhere or somebody's room, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It's probably better than putting it in the main room, but, you know, them's the breaks. There we go, get the door done. The fireplace done. There we go, expedition report is available. Elspeth is back. Our days of eels and dried mushrooms are over. What have we unlocked? Fish stew, hearty stew, vegetable soup, and haggis. That does sound quite nice. A high energy light meal. Makes you very, very quick. A hearty stew for a hard work and cold day. Makes you warm. And brain food for the fish stew. Interesting. I wonder if we could maybe say, hey, let's go ahead and make some stews and some soups. And then for haggis, we obviously need pluck. We need smoke grains, some onions, some charcoal, water. That's actually not too bad. We just need some pluck for that, really. And I have everything else already. Like I guess except for the onions. The onions is probably the hardest part for that. So we can make a whole bunch of haggis. Very nice. Lovely stuff. Yeah, you can see that they're very desirable foods, those ones. Whereas if we look at something like the smoked meat is 25%. Smoked fish actually is 80%, which is, I guess, kind of makes sense. Smoked fish is quite nice. Certainly a family tradition of ours that we have smoked salmon on Christmas. Like, you know, nice, really nice smoked salmon. Or if you get a wee smoky of that from Arbroath and up north, that's really nice. But I mean, I don't know. I to be fair, I do quite like smoked meat. I think anything with like a strong taste, I quite like. Good to see that the dogs have also dealt with this wolf as I'm here on my tangent. So good job. That's a good point. Actually, we need to rename the new female dog. So we already have hunter. We already have huntress. Ranger. There we go. So we've got huntress and ranger. Not sure what the next one will be. But we do also have a little puppy, and I think having a little puppy called Puppy is fine. Although they're about to grow up, no longer a baby. We'll have to think of a name for them. Think of that in the future. Who's this? We've got some travellers coming in. McGregor, Anderson, McFarlane. Certainly we'll bring in Hugh. That would be good for us to kind of have you in for a bit. I think we'll just send the other ones away for now. Then Hugh, when you get here, welcome. Enjoy that bed. You can be our guest for this evening. You know, roam about, stay, you know, drink, get warmed up, go to loo. Admittedly, these outhouses probably aren't the nicest place to go to loo in because it's going to be absolutely freezing in there. Although, to be fair, it has actually warmed up quite a lot, so it's not as bad as it certainly could have been. And you are warming up quite nicely in here, although I wish you would go somewhere else, because this is, although then again, you are saying that you're quite well satisfied in here, so, you know, you do you. What if it's worth, we could open up this space, to be fair. We could just, like, open up this wall. We don't really need it anymore. And then we could, because this was obviously the separation between, like, the kitchen and the sleeping area, just try and make it look nice. We could also, like, you know, redo the floors here and that as well. Even just like a simple stone floor, or maybe even like a brick floor. Now, you've got to bear in mind that these brick floors are probably good as well for use outdoors rather than like our gravel path, but I mean that's very costly in terms of materials. Getting all those bricks, you know, together and done. Although certainly much more easy this time of year because we are able to kind of like move around much better now that the snow is going to start to go. I'm very much looking forward to the animals no longer requiring to be fed. That's going to be incredibly useful. As our seed supplies start to dwindle just ever so slightly. In fact, let's have a wee look. Yeah, we can see here our oat grains are dwindling. Our hay seed is kind of dwindling. Our flaxseed we never had much to begin with. But that's okay. As we're now on day 150, we've officially reached the 150 mark. Wow. Just goes to show you, eh? just how far we've come. Yeah, Hugh's having a great time. He's very well satisfied. He's in this lovely room. You know, he's by a fire. It's going to give us plenty of reputation here, which I am very much for. Although it's going to be a while before Pringle levels up in force, and we need a nice big trade with somebody where we can make a lot of money. That would be good. Would be very good indeed. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Still have loads of work to do. That's with how far are you along? You're reasonably fair along. I guess you're sort of similar like Anne and that. No, Anne's much further ahead, sorry. I mean Sophia and that. Yeah, it's about the same. Good. Yeah, Hugh's leaving. He's going to make us some money. Nice. Good little bit of money there. Good bit of reputation. Got a couple of traders coming in. What do we have? Sibylla. You know what? We will be buying your flax, your hay seed. I was going to say we could buy some broad beans because we'll need them for stews and that, but actually, okay, we'll sell you our baskets. Just a wee bit, just to recoup some of the cost. What do you... That wasn't intentional, I'm sorry. it honestly wasn't. Yes, what do you want? You know what, could we buy some of that wool cloth, or do we buy some of that clean wool? I mean, we seem to have an awful lot of both, so maybe we don't need to. Farland. I mean, you can never go wrong with some nails and some more nails. And you know, I would kick myself if I didn't buy ingots, so we'll do that. We'll sell you a barrel back as payment. That'll do for us. Let's get the hay seed inside, guys. Same with the flax. Same with this hay here. Thank you very much. Who's this? Beak. What do you have? You've got a whole flock with you? Whole flock of sheep. That's alright. In you come. You got some pluck, you got some berries. The berries we'll have. Kale we can have as well. Yeah, you know what? We'll buy that. We'll give you a barrel for your troubles and get you to go. Not thinking we really need to get any more sheep at the moment. We're doing very well for sheep. Got plenty of lambs about. I guess maybe there's the other thing we could think about as well, is rather than having these babies over the winter period of the sheep and that, we could just kill them all and then just leave the ones that are kind of like grown during the spring, so we don't have to worry about them so much. It is a possibility. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with them. You know, overall, this winter hasn't been... The weather has been harsh, but it has been harsh on our spirits. At the end of the day. We're coming out of it with plenty of food left. We should basically be able to make it all the way through spring, especially once... I mean, the rivers have already kind of thawed a wee bit, so we're getting some eels. Between the sort of cooking pots and the eels and that, we'll be able to make up some nice stews. I think we should be alright for this. Are we out of peat? We are out of peat. Oh, okay, that's... Then, I mean, the fact that this is the last day of winter has come at a fantastic time then, because we are going to need to go and harvest some more peat. And there's not much left in these bit here, so we're going to have to go break new ground over here, which is fine. We can do that. And in fact, you know what? We can even say, just to show our supremacy over the sort of natural land, we can even just build a path to out of gravel. There you go. And just like that, we're showing us who's boss. But yes, we're going to need to go out and we're going to harvest some more peat. I didn't realise we were quite out of that there. So, keep that in mind. Let's turn that fire off. There's no point in that fire being on for at least for the moment. Seems like we've got a little bit of peat, but just not quite enough to kind of fuel all the fires. I mean, in that kind of sense, we're also going to turn off this peat stove here. We don't need this anymore. Outside temperature isn't too bad. It's going to be a little bit cool for the animals, but that's alright. They can go out and eat snow if they need to. Come first day of spring, we're going to have to prioritise planting. Yeah, I mean, actually, now I kind of look at it, it does look much nicer, that kind of bark path rather than the gravel. We've still got the dirt paths going up and down here, which we might just turn these into big fields, rather than having the sort of like degree of separation there. We can just grow things around the outside. In fact, is that something we're going to do? We're just going to till this soil? Yes, we are. Change the look a wee bit. It's going to be less of a manicured garden. It's going to be more kind of like little fields inside this sort of hamlet area. Could do with like a big planting area. It would be really, really nice. But it's just, you know, want to make sure that it's not going to get eaten by animals is the main thing. But yeah, got some work to do. Got some peat to dry, seeing as we've completely run out. Let's get these all moved away as well. We can help it. Yeah, there we go. Get them chucked in these stockpiles. Good, good. And we've even got some more wet stuff over here. Just, you know, try and move these a bit sooner, guys. We would appreciate it. Yeah. Let's just increase the priority for these just so they get moved along. Probably the same for these as well. Just so we get stuff moved. We got some travellers coming in. Who is this? Alexander, Farlan, and Catherine. I'll get Alexander to leave. We'll let Catherine stay the night. She will hopefully be a good guest. Although she might struggle a wee bit, given that the peat stoves are out of fuel. So it will be a little bit cooler, admittedly, than it has been. One of partly the reason why we're struggling to heat this place so much is we obviously are heating this grain barn a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You can come in. We will let you stay in this room here. I was going to say, oh, well, these things are a little bit more tidy, but we're back to like just leaving all the clothes every which way from Sunday. Which is only mildly annoying, I assure you. And I mean, it's just like random sacks and bits of butter everywhere. It's like, come on, guys, just tidy up a wee bit, would you? Still, this house is starting to come along a wee bit. Actually, that's a very good point. I have this new tile roof, and I've made this stone roof. I don't need the stone roof anymore. The tiles they're not flammable anymore. Yeah, it's good to mark out where exactly the things are, but was just like, oh yeah, la da da, we need a stone roof for the fireplaces. And actually, no, we don't. Interesting. It's quite a bit cooler along there. Just slowly but surely getting ready for this evening. Catherine's particularly well satisfied, which is good. Happy to you know, meet your expectations, as the temperature is still a little bit cold outside during the night. The snow is still falling down. The river has thawed. And it was with this that winter is finally over. And what a time coming. Well, you know what? I think we can be quite happy with how winter has gone. As I say, we didn't really have any hardship. We managed to get all the way through. Our stockpile of our feed for the animals has sort of got us through. Our food reserves are absolutely fine. We managed to get partially through this building, which, you know, we're still working on, but we'll get through eventually. And most importantly, everybody is okay. So yeah, I think we can call winter a success. Now it's time to go back to spring and to farm up and to try and expand a little bit more. But yes, just want to say a big thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series so far as we come into day 151 of year 5, spring 1 of Clanfolk. Yep, just want to say a big thank you for everybody watching. Big thank you to all the members who are leaving comments as well as all the members of the Burger Band for helping support the channel. All means the world to me. It's all greatly appreciated. Yep, just want to say a big thank you to that. And until next time, take care.